was going to happen. I mentioned this a minute ago that this was going to happen. That you were going to have the people in New York City uh, start to uprise against these mandates. I said that, and it's only 7,000 strong at this point. But what's peculiar about this protest is that the vaccinated are marching with the unvaccinated. Again, the vaccinated are marching with the unvaccinated. You know, some time ago, you had the unvaccinated bumping heads with the vaccinated outside of the United States, and even in the United States, you had some shaming tactics going on in the United States in regards of the two opposing sides at that point, at one point. But now here they marching together, and I mentioned that this was going to happen. You know, in New Yorkers have a vibe and a spirit and an energy that's different from most states. I would say the only state that comes close to New York when it comes to rebellion is Seattle. It's Seattle. There's a movie called Battle in Seattle. Check that movie out when you get a chance. But the point is, people feel pressured and squeezed in the corner. And I'm going to say this for the record that I'm not saying to take the vaccine. I'm not saying not to take the vaccine. I'm not saying to take the vaccine. I'm not saying not to take the vaccine. But this is a very unusual story, and Joe Biden, he has a lot on his plate because he's getting a lot of pushback. It says Brooklyn, New York, WABC, New York City's municipal employees march across the Brooklyn Bridge against the COVID vaccine mandates. Check that out. They march across the Brooklyn Bridge. I wonder where most of these protesters, mainly from Brooklyn. It says the protesters set to end in front of City Hall on the Manhattan side of the bridge, and was billed as an anti-mandate protest on behalf of nearly 50,000 New York City employees who have yet to be vaccinated. 50,000. 50,000. This is a problem for Uncle Joe. This is a big problem. It says thousands of demonstrators poured over the Brooklyn Bridge from police officers to firefighters. Look at this, to sanitation workers, paramedics, and public school teachers. You see this? You see this? Now, part of the dilemma is that they're already short workers in all these fields. This is a huge problem. But not only this, the service that you need from every one of these positions or offices or public servants or service people or personnel. If these people are fired or let go or strike, whatever the case may be, this affects the city. This affects the people who need help from these areas in the city. This is a major problem. A major problem. I saw a video, I posted it up on Facebook. I don't know if I can find it, where you had workers, they all just walked off the damn job. Walked off. It says thousands of demonstrators poured over the Brooklyn Bridge, from police officers to firefighters to sanitation workers, paramedics, and public school teachers. Could you imagine if there's already a shortage, what would happen if just this small amount chose not to work? And some of them are actually walking away from their pensions. Some of these workers are actually walking away from a pension. Not just a paycheck, a pension, showing you their strong opposition as far as as far as these vaccines and these mandates are concerned. What would make a man or a woman walk away from a pension? You put all your time and effort and heartache, tears and sweat and backbreaking 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. What make you walk away from a pension, considering all that you put into that job? What would make you walk away from a pension? That's something to consider. That's something serious to consider. But this is what's happening now. Just when Esau thought he had it in the bag and Esau thought he had it locked down, the people are uprising. I'm really not surprised at the whole situation. Again, I told you, I mentioned this was going to happen. I mentioned this a while ago. I had expected it to be a lot bigger and really out of control. But this was at the point where people weren't working. You know, but you're going to see more of this, and the Most High is going to allow this division. The Most High, He's behind it all. But at the same time, he gives you a choice. He gives you choices to make. That's the beautiful thing about everything. The Most High, he gives you a choice. Again, it says some were vaccinated, some were not. All of them were opposed to the mandate vaccinations for municipal workers in the city. See that? I'm a city worker. Got choices what to do. But I'm a city employee. But I don't fear. I know the Most High has got my back. Most High has got me. So I'm not even worried about it. I told you in past videos, I remember eating noodles and ground turkey for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, peanut butter and jelly, sneaking in the refrigerator after the new moon the following day, eating cold Popeye's chicken that was left in the school, turkey and cheese left over from Sabbath service. I'm good. So I know how to struggle. Do you? Are you afraid? Have you become too comfortable? These things you need to consider. The most dangerous person is someone who has nothing to lose. Don't matter what your nationality is. Don't matter what your background is. When you have nothing to lose and you're hungry and you have to feed your family, those things don't matter. The fear goes out the window. I listen to a lot of conservative news in the car, and this woman called in, and she made a very profound statement. She said how I don't remember what state she was calling from, but she said what did she say? She said how she called her congressman and started complaining about the mandates and what was happening in the country. Just like a lot of white people, white people, if anything, they're spoiled and comfortable and relaxed. And when things like this happen, they fear. This is why when the market crashes and countries in hell, they're the first ones to jump out of windows, shoot themselves in the head. Sometimes they kill themselves and the whole family. They can't take pressure like so-called black people. But she made a very profound statement. She said to this congressman that you, Mr. Congressman, you're going to cause a lot of good people to do bad things. You're going to cause a lot of good people, possibly white people, black people. I'm going to lean more towards white people. You're going to cause a lot of good people to do bad things. I partly believe that. I do. Do me a favor. Please subscribe and like and share. But I do believe it. Uncle Joe has caused a lot of problems. He's caused a lot of problems for a lot of us. Just so the Democrats, the left, can have control, but what's happening is backfiring. It's backfiring. And things are getting worse and worse and shakier and shakier. Do you see it? I see it. I see it big time. Again, it says some were vaccinated, some were not. All of them were opposed to the mandated vaccinations for municipal workers in the Big Apple, New York City. I love New York City. No place on the planet like New York City. Nobody has that swag like these brothers and sisters from Brooklyn. No one has that spirit like my brothers from the Bronx, Harlem, Staten Island, Long Island, Queens. And this is not going to just stay in New York. It's going to spread to other states. Other states are already in an uproar. You go in a man's pockets, he gets very angry. I think Bob Marley said it best, a hungry man is an angry man. That's so true. A hungry man is an angry man. Since protesters said they're determined to defy the city's vaccination mandate requiring that anyone who receives a paycheck from the city show proof of vaccination by 5 p.m. Friday or be placed on unpaid leave. Be placed on unpaid leave. No money. No dinero. No cheddar. No bank. Unpaid leave. No vaccine. No paper. You know dudes are not going to tolerate that. You know Negroes are not going to tolerate that. You know Italians, whether they're from Bay Ridge or Bensonhurst, whether they're policemen, firemen, teachers, you know they're not going to tolerate that. Especially when you had unemployed men and women sitting on their asses for over a year getting paid. Some who didn't even deserve unemployment checks. But you had nurses and doctors and firefighters and policemen and bus drivers and train operators risking their lives, taking a chance, risking their families' lives, taking a chance on getting sick and bringing that sickness home to their families. Now you're telling them that by 5 p.m., if you don't have proof of vaccination, you're fired with no money, no unemployment possibly. It applies to nearly 50,000 workers. 50,000. That's just New York alone. And these aren't just rinky-dink workers. Some are firefighters, some are police officers. It applies to nearly 50,000 workers. Orion Berzali is one of them. The president of the city's EMS union says half his workforce, is unvaccinated. Half. Imagine if they step and someone gets shot, or someone has a heart attack, or someone has COVID, or someone gets hit by a car. Half of the EMS workers for this particular union are unvaccinated, has not been vaccinated. So what's going to happen if they step? All our members were exposed to this disease, and we developed a natural immunity, which is something I could never wrap my mind around. If you go to the doctor and get the antibody test, and at one point they said that if you the antibodies show that you had the virus, you're pretty much good. So I can't wrap my mind around why someone who has been confirmed to has already had the virus, why do you have to be vaccinated again? I don't understand that. Maybe one of you brothers and sisters, you could explain it to me. Maybe CNN can explain it to me. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. I don't understand. I'm not saying to take the vaccine. I'm not saying not to take the vaccine. I'm just reading the story. Again, it says all our members were exposed to this disease, and we developed our natural immunity, Berzali says. If we have a natural antibody in our body, same thing I just said, is it necessary to really inject something else into our body? That's exactly what I'm questioning. It's my first time reading this. That's the same thing. Again, I'm a city worker, and a lot of our workers took the antibody test, and it was confirmed they already had the virus and just fine. It was as though they never were sick, even had the virus at all. It says when it's still early. It's only 10 months into it, the vaccination process. Again, it says when it is still early, it's only 10 months into it, the vaccine process. Some like Berzali insist that vaccinations is unnecessary despite what most experts claim. Others simply don't trust it. Black people, white people, Chinese, East Indians, we don't know the numbers, but the citizens of New York City and in this country, people who reside and live and work for the city and the state in this country, a lot of them don't trust it. Also had a vaccine we all got as little kids called a polio vaccine. And you know what? I never got polio. Hmm. Makes you think. I can't expound but so much on this because the YouTube police and the Facebook police, they're on me. Check it out.
Stand against the city's COVID vaccine mandate. Demonstrators marched across the Brooklyn Bridge in a unified show of defiance. Also today, the PBA officially filed its lawsuit against the mandate. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is at City Hall. NJ?
And that's right, Sandra. The plan is for the march to end here on the Manhattan side of the Brooklyn Bridge, just outside City Hall. It is billed as an anti-mandate protest on behalf of nearly 50,000 New York City employees who have yet to be vaccinated. Now, the staging area for the march, Sandra, is Metro Tech on the Brooklyn side, of course, of the Brooklyn Bridge. The protest plan calls for a march across the bridge, as you said.
I'll tell you one thing, Esau knows how to protest and get it in. Esau is no slouch when it comes to stepping on his rights. Esau knows how to protest, especially when you go in his pockets.
It all began around 11:30 this morning over there. Large numbers of employees have been vaccinated in the city of New York, but many have not. Tens of thousands. Among the demonstrators today are New York City firefighters and EMS workers, but there are
firefighters and EMS workers. Did you receive your vaccination yet? You, brother, standing there or watching this video, trying to make a decision, are you going to be vaccinated? Have you been vaccinated? How about you, sister? Have you been vaccinated? Are you going to be vaccinated? What say ye on the matter?
Others from across the municipal workforce, and then others from elsewhere who are anti-vaccination protesters. Now, we saw many of them outside the Barclays Center yesterday, where tensions boiled over. The focal point was Brooklyn Nets player Kyrie Irving and his decision not to be vaccinated, and the NBA's decision not to let him play. Now, things got out of hand.
I applaud that, brother. I applaud that, brother. Walking away from millions of dollars, man. Walking away from millions and millions of dollars.
And at one point, as demonstrators tried unsuccessfully to get into the arena. According to the mayor, anybody who gets a paycheck from the city of New York must be vaccinated by Friday, 5 p.m. And today, the mayor defended the mandate and insisted it's working.
So we're going to see what's going to happen Friday. We're going to see what's going to happen Friday. Today is Tuesday. We're going to see what's going to happen Friday. We're going to see. That should be very, very, very interesting. I think they're going to hold strong. People's tired, man. People are tired. And I think they're going to hold strong. They tired of Uncle Joe. You got all bent out of shape because of because of Trump. You hated Trump because of his character. Not because of the job he was doing, but because of his character. You said he was a racist. You're going to tell me this guy's not a racist? You're going to tell me that the left and the Democrats, they're not racist? But you hated on Trump because of his character. And he's crass and beastly. But is this better than Trump? How the country is going today, is it better than Trump? Is the left doing a better job than Trump today? Do you feel happy and secure today than you did when Trump was in office? Have you watched the news with that swarm of people making their way to the borders? You idiots. I'm not talking about you brothers and sisters. I'm talking about any idiot that voted or believes in voting and still can't see that voting is a joke. Look at you now. Look at you now. This guy was kissing people and coughing and hugging people in Virginia just a little while ago. But as I'm speaking now, he's in Virginia because Virginia is about to. Well, there's a chance they might give up a power seat or a power grab to a Republican. Hardly anybody's wearing a damn mask. Hardly anybody. What a big joke. What a joke. It's unbelievable. It's a joke. Show you another one. You're going to be surprised at. You see how what's going on in New York. I want to show you another one. You see this? Navy SEALs are dipping out as well from vaccine. They dipping out too. Says potential exodus of Navy SEALs bring backlash on vaccine mandates. You see that? Navy SEALs. Now, Navy SEALs or anyone in the military, they're supposed to be patriotic, defenders of the country, follow orders, don't ask questions. They must know something. I wonder what it is. The Center Square says President Joe Biden's federal vaccine mandates spark controversy among Americans, but one of the nation's most elite fighting forces may be hit harder than other groups by the new requirements. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced in August, with Biden's approval, that all U.S. service members must receive COVID-19 vaccine. Receive a COVID-19 vaccine. Sorry. The decision came after the Pfizer vaccine received full approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. I have big feelings about that. I can't say it, but if you wise, you know what's up with that. It says the mandate, though, leaves many U.S. troops facing tough personal decisions, just like in New York. Just like in New York. Just the news reported this week that hundreds of Navy SEALs have been told they will not be deployed if they don't receive the vaccine and will no longer be able to serve as a Navy SEAL. You telling me that this is not getting crazy? The Navy SEALs are dipping out now. The Navy SEALs. Unbelievable. Just the news reported this week that hundreds, not a few, hundreds of Navy SEALs have been told they will not be deployed if they don't receive the vaccine and will no longer be able to serve as a Navy SEAL. So you got basketball players rebelling, New Yorkers as police officers, EMS workers, teachers, firefighters, if I didn't say that. They're dipping off, they're falling back. We generally have about 2,500 Navy SEALs, said Robert O'Neill, a former Navy SEAL who claims to have killed Osama bin Laden in Operation Neptune Spear. It takes time to get to certain levels. Hundreds are leaving because of nonsense. Hundreds. Some on the right have lambasted Biden for his vaccine, meaning blasted him for his vaccine mandates. Both for civilians and service members. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because I gotta run back outside. I left my phone at the job, man. I gotta run back out in the damn rain. I gotta run back out in the rain. But are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Is this registering in your brains yet? Is this in your brain yet? You can't make this up. But you see how things could be just terrible at one point, just absolutely terrible, and just spin completely different later on. You see, the power is in the people. The power has always been in the people, but the people, they have become so stupid. They think that the people they hire as officials and senators and congressmen, they have made them kings, whereas your taxpayer dollars is paying them to serve you. These are public servants acting like tyrants. And you don't see that. Not that I'm advocating being worldly or believing in the system. The whole system is crap and it's garbage and it's corrupt. It's always been corrupt. So don't get it twisted. I don't believe in the system. I hope it burns. but I'm just making a point. Very important point at that. Very important point. But for the Navy SEALs to bounce out, there's something really behind that. Really, I mean, come on. I mean, you brothers and sisters, you're not dumb people. You have brains. You have brains, and you're not dumb people. You're not dumb at all. I know you're not dumb. I mean, some of our people who don't know the scriptures, or even some of us who claim to know the scriptures, a lot of us is dumb. It says FDA advisory panel recommends Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. 5 to 11 now. They didn't want to go that far a while back. Now look. 5 to 11. I'm not even going to read the whole story. You get the point. 5 to 11. So a panel of independent advisors to the Food and Drug Administration, that's the FDA, is recommending that the agency issue an emergency use authorization for a Pfizer biotech vaccine in children ages 5 to 11 years old. The vote was 17 in favor of 1 abstention. Since the FDA panel accepted Pfizer data indicating the vaccine is safe, the FDA panel accepted Pfizer data indicating the vaccine is safe and 90.7% effective in preventing COVID-19 infections in this group. I wonder how many adults who have taken the vaccine have died or become sick or had some symptoms of paralysis. This one is safe. This one is safe, but I wonder how many have been harmed by the vaccine. If this one is safe, maybe the other ones they've been giving for the last year is safe as well. The agency typically goes along with advice of its experts of its expert panels. Though it isn't bound to do so, it will issue a decision within the next several days. They moving fast, boy. They moving fast. Yahweh Shai must be coming next weekend because they are moving fast. If the FDA authorizes the vaccine for younger children, as it seems likely another panel of experts advising the Center of Disease Control and Prevention would make its own recommendation and offer guidelines next week on its use among this age group. They're covering all bases: adults, children, covering all bases, man. You brothers and sisters, you better wake up, man. You better start reading between the lines and waking up and seeing what's really happening in this country. Because, things are really heating up. Things are really starting to heat up. And the Most High, again, I'm gonna say this every time I can remember. The Most High, he's making it really, really easy to see that his prophecies and his word is coming to pass. He's making it very easy. This is at the point that this is not hard. This is not hard to see. It's never been this bad. Never, ever, ever been this bad. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. This is something. I mean, I was joking around earlier, but this is some serious stuff going on, man. And you see how at one point you had the vaccinated fighting against the unvaccinated. It's going to come down to the adversary for us who are in the spirit. It's going to be our own people. Our own people. I was meditating on that today. And thinking about how they would spit in the prophet's face and beat them and put them in prison and jail. We're going to go through a lot of these things because people, when they're afraid and they're ignorant, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them anything. And we're blessed and we're special, but at the same time, we're in a fight. We're in a serious fight. And, and we take the fight to the enemy. And our job is to pull down the strongholds in the minds of the ignorant of our people. So we're in a serious dogfight. And the same way the world is getting nastier and darker, this fight is going to get nastier and darker for us. It's going to get very nasty. And you're going to have to put on your hard hats and roll up your sleeves and really dig down into your spirit and pull out that warrior that's in you. I'm not talking about the physical. I'm talking about that warrior as far as taking on a different level of spirituality. That's what I'm talking about. Because this is getting really out of hand at this point. They're really pushing hard and they're moving quick. I want to read this to you before I go. I got to go back to the job and get my phone, man. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, and you're blessed, man. See a lot of brothers and sisters, they take this truth for a joke or they take it lightly. The Most High can have you out there with the idiots, believing everything the media says. The Most High can have you out there sick and suffering. The Most High can have you out there in the white man's jails. He can do all these things. He could put you right in the damn prison with the convicts and just have you just in a hell-like condition. All these things the Most High can do, but the Most High is merciful, man. Imagine being locked up for something you didn't do, and because you didn't do anything against anybody, but you're in jail for something you didn't do, and the Most High put you there because you transgressed against Him. Imagine that. You're like, I didn't do it, and some wild man is raping you and pumping you in your behind because you rebelled against the Most High. Imagine that. I'm sorry to be vulgar, but I mean, just you brothers, just imagine that. All because you rebelled against the Most High. I mean, this is real, man. This is real, and it's not going away. At least not that easy. But you got to be on your you have to be on your A game now. You have to be on your A game. You really do, man. You really do. Again, it says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. We faint not. Now, when you faint, you don't just drop down. It's a slow procedure. You get weaker, weaker, and weaker. The ultimate mercy is Yahweh Shai dying on the cross for us. So considering we could be in the worst positions possible or conditions possible, the Most High can punish you in ways you can't even comprehend. Imagine the Most High blinds you like He did Paul, but He just outright blinds you. So now you got to learn how to get by in life blind or crippled. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. Well, you better not faint and get weak now. After all the Most High has done for you, especially waking you up to this truth, you better not faint. Second verse, it says, but we have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty. In other words, you have turned your back on wickedness. And this government is dishonest and wicked. And we choose to renounce the hidden things of dishonesty. What's in the dark will come out into the light. Then it says, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully. You still got brothers doing that bull crap, still hustling brothers out of their money and their physical gains. Still doing that. But by the manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience. You know what that means? When we go out in the highways and byways, or we do the sit downs, we get into brothers, or we get into brothers and sisters, we get into their mind, their skulls, and we bring them to the Most High. We remove the strongholds and the spiritual dirt that clouds their judgment, and we bring them back to the Most High by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High, as soldiers of the Most High, as warriors of the Most High. But remember what the first verse says, we faint not. We faint not. Then we come down here, it says, but by the manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High, because we faint not. Third verse says, but if our gospel be hid, what's the gospel? The good news of Yahweh Shai and hope and truth and repentance. A new chance, a new day. But of course, the devil, mainly Esau, he's going to try to get in front of the new day and tell you there is no new day, that his day is the right day, his way is the right way, this government is the truth. And unfortunately, a lot of our people are going to believe that. But the Most High says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. It is hid to them that are lost. And a lot of our people, they are lost. They still believe the But there's hope in this world and not in the Most High. Or they have a form of the Most High, but it's not of the Most High in the churches. In the churches. So they're convinced that they're following the Most High and that you're a madman saying you're a Jew. How are you a Jew? You're a Jew. The white man, he's the Jew. We are all now spiritual Israelites. You're no Jew. We're all Jews now. We're spiritual Israelites. God don't see color. Jesus doesn't see color. He sees your heart. Read the story of David. The Most High recognized David for his heart. Punished for your sins, the nation went into slavery. The Most High doesn't judge the children of the parents for their sins. Come on down to my church. Come on down to my church and stop all this Hebrew Israelite stuff. Come down to my church. This is what it is now. This is exactly what it is now. But, you know, I'm speaking in fun, but you brothers, you know what time it is, man. And you know where we're going, and you know the end. You know your Bible. You brothers and sisters, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of you know your Bible. And the scriptures is clear. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. In whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. Who's the God of this world? Satan. Who's his physical arm? Esau. Who is Esau? So-called Europeans. In whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who they call Christ, who is the image of the Most High, showing you they're not the same. Christ is the image of the Most High, sent on this earth to die for the children of Israel. Should shine unto them. That's how you wake up. See, it's not up to us who wakes up the brothers and sisters. We just water and plant, or plant and water, and the Most High, he gives that increase. And he gives them the spirit of the image of the Most High, which is Yahushua, and it has to shine unto them to wake them up, to bring them into the gospel, or into the fold, rather. Bottom line. It's not hard, you know. It's not hard, but at the same time, it is hard. I don't know if that makes sense to you or that, you know, resonates in your mind, but, you know, it's not hard, but, you know, it is hard at the same time. So we got an uphill battle, and we can do it, man. We can do it in, you know, the Most High's will. We can do it. But we got an uphill battle, and you got to fight. You know, the Christians, they're fighting, but they're fighting the wrong way. So a lot of you were Christians, and you were caught up, but you were fighting the wrong way. You know, and the Most High has revealed His truth to you. When you were Christians, you prayed to the white Jesus, and you followed the lies, and you didn't get proper understanding of what was going on or why you were doing the things you were doing, and you got out of that. And some of you were Muslims, multi-Muslims, and you realized that wasn't the truth, and you got out of that lie, and the Most High, you know, He woke you up, and you are what you are now. You're in the right spirit as an Israelite, man or woman. And some of you are into Afro simplicity. And now you see there's a difference between the Africans and the children of the Most High. You see the Africans don't love you, they don't like you, they don't associate with you, they do their thing, and you do your thing in poverty. But the Most High is gracious and He's going to deliver us, man. The Most High, He's beautiful, He's going to deliver us, bottom line. So this is Brother Baquas. I'm signing out. You brothers and sisters, you hang in there. You stay strong. You do what's right. You support your brothers in the spirit of love, righteousness, in the spirit of love and righteousness, and most of all, mercy. Sometimes you just don't know what a brother or sister is going through. So let me go and get my phone. The Most High did bless me. I lost my phone today, and luckily a brother found it. I'm going to go and retrieve it now. Hey, man, I know it's hard, but watch as well as pray, and watch that news. Watch all the news. Don't just watch part of the news. Watch all that news. All of the news. This is Brother Baquas signing out. Please like and share. Shalom.